先有機會向住獅王心臟插埋去。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Barnabas Collins, and this is my review of Sifu vs. Vampire. Wong Jing wrote and produced Sifu vs. Vampire. It's directed by Daniel Cheng, who also directed Triad and Young and Dangerous Reloaded. It stars Yuen, Ronald Cheng, Philip Mwanlong, and Jiang Luxia, who now goes by the English name Kitty. I know that because I know her. I know her because I met her when I filmed a scene in this movie. So let's talk about objectivity. Everyone is subjective. But for the sake of argument, let's take a moment and look at this movie objectively. Wong Jing comedy about vampires with Yuen, Jiang Luxia and Phil Eng doing action scenes, Philip Kung Ho Man as a Taoist priest wearing yellow robes, Geng Si, and all the related yellow paper, magic, and fun. Tony Ho and Winnie Leung as a married couple with some serious sexual challenges. Topical local humor. Universally understood dirty jokes. Universally understood cleavage. An actress who had me asking the question. And a clumsy white guy who's there for no good reason. Other than the director's largesse, and I am grateful. Objectively, that's a lot to like. Except the Guaylo. F him. I love Wong Jing movies. And I love Geng Si movies. So I couldn't be objective anyway. And if somebody does want to fuck the Guaylo, our lines are open. Offer limited to humans born with and still using vaginas. In Sifu vs. Vampire, a pair of hapless gangsters named Nicky and Boo, played by Ronald Cheng and Phil Eng, get drawn into a supernatural battle between good and evil. On one side is Charlie, a Sifu played by Yuen, and his assistant, played unsmilingly by Jiang Luxia. She smiles less than my ex-wife, and that's saying something. She hits a lot harder too, but Kitty Jiang apologizes afterwards. Good thing I'm not bitter, huh? Now, Kitty is dubbed in the movie, which is a little strange at first, but her character doesn't say much anyway. Unlike my ex-wife. But never mind. On the other side of the battle lines, there's Kelvin Chow, played by Kelvin Kwan, so we know that the role was written for him. Kelvin Chow is experiencing a run of bad luck. He runs a TV station called AKTV, whose license was turned down by the government. Get it? He wants his grandfather's grave moved to a more auspicious place. During this ceremony, if the casket isn't buried by sundown, things may go wrong. Guess what happens? I was really glad that the scene that I'm in this movie occurs very early in the story, because that way I could concentrate on the rest of the movie without waiting to see myself. That's not a euphemism. Sifu vs. Vampire isn't really a serious vampire film, but it does have its serious moments. Like a lot of Hong Kong movies, it veers between romance, horror, lowbrow comedy, and action so fast that you run a risk of narrative whiplash. But it's an awfully fun ride. There are romantic subplots too, and while most of those plots are played for laughs, there are two scenes that actually manage to be almost touching. One, a really sweet romantic moment at the end of the movie, in true Wong Jing fashion takes a very unromantic but very funny turn. The special effects in this vampire movie are obviously decades ahead of what we're used to looking at, and that's a good thing. It's nice to see the Geng Si genre get, an FX update. The effects here are really nice, partially because they're still kind of grounded in the tradition of the things we're used to seeing in terms of all of this. But now it just looks a lot nicer. The cinematography of the movie does the same thing. It's a very modern looking and polished film, but the use of garish colors and dramatic lighting evoke the classic vampire movies of yesteryear. So does the action. Phil Eng and Kitty Jiang get a few chances to show what they're capable of in terms of martial arts. And while these scenes aren't as drawn out as I would like, you can still see their physical capability. It's hard to explain what I mean, except that when you watch them move, it's very fast, confident, and precise, and you can tell that they're really good at doing what they're doing. I always say it's really entertaining to watch people doing something well. So what are you doing here? Sifu vs. Vampire is an awfully fun movie. It's not great cinema, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to entertain people, distract them, and make them laugh. And it certainly did that for me, and I hope it does it for you. Look, at the very least, you can watch it and laugh at me. And besides, just when you think this movie couldn't get any more fun, you get to play the official Silver Spleen game. Where is Jane Wong? If you want to know more about my role in this film, check out Memories of Making Movies. They'll tell you in a lot more detail about my very small role in this film. Obviously, I recommend this movie, not just because I'm in it, but because it's a lot of fun, and it's a vampire movie. But I want you to watch this movie in the cinema, or I want you to buy a DVD or rent it online. What I don't want you to do is steal it. Don't watch an illegal copy of it. When this film is released to home video, I will update the description with a link where you could buy it. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe because that way you'll get to see all the new videos right away. Thank you for watching,